I'm back again, next video, and this time I'm talking about what it means to be going through it. We hear that term throughout over the years. You're going through it, trying to pull through whatever your circumstance may be. And a lot of people are going through things. Some are more open about it than others. And I'm here to say, with all of the problems that you may be having, that I'm having, the answer is always us. The answer is always you. And I think that's the main thing to remember when you're trying to find answers and looking elsewhere to try and make it through your circumstances. I want to show this right here. This is a nice quote. You can't change what's going on around you until you start changing what's going on within you. And that goes back to when I said, if you're going through it, the answer is always you. You may look at you as also being the problem, but the answer to that problem is you. And you may need to backtrack and see exactly where the issue started. I know a lot of people's stuff starts from childhood, and you may need to actually sit down with your mom and dad for however many times it takes and actually just go through what you feel they left out in your life or what they didn't teach you, and then forgive them after that. As parents try and do the best that they can with what they have and what they know when it comes to raising their children. But a lot of kids have issues that they can trace back to dealing with mom and dad. I remember a woman that told me that her dad used to promise that he would take her outside to play, do certain things, but when the baseball game would come on, he would sit in the chair and then completely forget about what he's supposed to do with her. And to this day, she can't watch baseball on TV. She can go to a game in person, she said, but just actually watching it on TV triggers a memory from when her dad would tell her, "Hey, we're about to go have some fun, do something," but then baseball comes in and then just takes all of that away. And this lady is over 60 years old now, so it's still going all the way back to childhood, and that's something that still sticks with her to this day. Her dad has passed away, so she can't sit down and talk to him about it, but it's just interesting to hear people, even at that age, still holding on to things that hurt them and what it still serves as a reminder as from being a little child. Now you're over 60, but that's what watching baseball does and makes her feel that way. And so the whole unresolved childhood issues is real. And if your mom and dad are still here, that's one step you can take if you're going through it, to really just sit down and talk with them for however many sessions it takes to really close those gaps, to help you get through something else and you're not exactly sure where it's stemming from, where it's coming from, and you're trying to connect the dots. And so that's something to also think about, because a lot of people are going through it. They they don't necessarily say it. If you look at them on the internet, it doesn't look like it. You may get see a few posts where people actually open up, but for the most part, people just showing themselves having a good time, so you don't really know what's really going on with a person. And then also at the end of the day, only you can make you happy. You can't get into a relationship and expect that man to make that woman happy or that woman to make that man happy. You have to already come into the relationship happy and whole already. Your friends can't make you happy when you're around them. That has to come from within. That's the only way this works. And that's why I said it goes back to the answer being you. Whatever you're going through, the answer is always you. We can't be looking outside of ourselves to try and upgrade our lives, or trying to think that trying to find something outside of you is going to actually help you improve. All of the improvement is going to come from within to better your life, whatever the case may be. It, everything, nothing outside of you is going to be able to help. You can get examples from outside of you, but when you actually applying it, it has to come from within you. That's the only way you can make it through whatever you're going through, and you can make it through. Don't give up, but it's it builds character. You have to keep going, and again, your happiness is going to come from within. That's flat, plain, and simple. That's where mine comes from. What keeps me going is when I look in the mirror. When I look in the mirror, I see me. And so that's something that has helped me over time, that the last resort in terms of whatever I need to accomplish is going to come through me. And then also just look at who's around you. Start by looking in your cell phone. Go to your contact list. Do they seem like they line up with what you want to accomplish next in your life? Where are they going? Where are you going? And I'm saying the cell phone contacts, because those are people you have a direct line to, and even the people who you don't have their number, but you're in spots where you see them. Do they line up with you? Do you line up with them? And then you can ask the question, why do you think they're around you? Why do you think you're around them? It goes both ways, because people will start to go through things, and then they start to try and pick other possible reasons for why it's happening. So they may look at the people who they're around, and look at mom and dad, other family members, just trying to point the finger and see, well, maybe if I didn't have this person in this spot, then maybe. But that person is in that spot because that person is you, and you are that person. No one's around anyone by any type of accident. I mean, even who you have children with, that's not an accident. And some people feel they're going through it because of the other parent. Father's mad at the mom, that's why he's going through it. Mom mad at dad, she feels she's doing it by herself, that's why she's going through it. But it's no accident that these two people have a child together. There's no mistake there. I wouldn't really bring karma into it necessarily. I mean, some people may feel that they're going through it because of something else that they did. It's possible. That's how the universe works. It doesn't give us what we want, it gives us what we deserve. It gives us what we deserve. And a lot of people don't like that, as they feel they deserve more. But do you? I know what you tell yourself and what you ask God for. But do you actually deserve that? And are you actually getting what you deserve right now? The universe doesn't care. It's not a person that you can go and try and change its mind. Uh, you plan for things, then the universe actually lets you know the way it's going to go. And so you sit around trying to figure out why I'm going through it, and where is this leading to, and why you're even being put in that place. It becomes, it's real tough to swallow. And so now you find yourself probably sitting in this position, like in this picture, with your head down, just trying to see, okay, where's the light at the end of the tunnel? Where is my answer? And again, it all comes back to you. If you really just look at yourself, and you've written down what you want, you can see what you want, and then from there you can go back to the people you've attracted. What do they want? Does it line up with you? Because you can change you. You can control your happiness. And in changing you, then that begins to send out different energy to where now you attracting a whole nother set of people because you've learned yourself. That's the biggest lesson you're going to learn is yourself. That's the real knowledge of self. Because it's the knowledge of you. Anything else, you can look up, research, but you don't know if that's necessarily 100% true because what you're researching, some other human being has, those are just their thoughts. But you, the knowledge of yourself, that's the realest knowledge you can get because you are the subject. So if you're the subject, you're also the answer. And from there, you can kind of try and figure out, okay, you got this person here, this person there. Just look at the friends, any boyfriends, girlfriends, because they're all similar. And you're not going to have guy friends, ladies, and then your boyfriend is going to be complete opposite. No, those are the men that you attract. Same thing with the guys. Your lady friends going to be similar to your female friends. If you got a lady or ladies, you got a guy, line them up with your guy friends. You'll see the similarities there. It's like you won't have a husband that'll be Barack Obama, but then all of your guy friends are Young Thug or someone like that. That's not going to work. It'll never be that wide of a gap where your guy friends and your main guy in your life is just completely different. No, you're getting who you are as well as that's the energy you put out. So those are the type of guys you attract. Same thing with the guys and the type of ladies they get. Like your lady won't be Claire Huxtable, and then your female friends are sexy red types. There's no the spectrum. It won't be that extreme to where you've got this type of quality lady, but then all your other female friends may be ratchet. No, your female friends and the main lady in your life are going to have similarities. That's just how it is. That's how the energy flows. And if you try and go outside of that, if you haven't changed yourself and who you are, it's not going to work. You'll see it when you just going with two different, completely opposite sides in terms of who your friends are and then who this person is you're trying to get in a relationship. Your lady friends and then this main lady for the guys and then your guy friends and then this main guy you're trying to get for the ladies and you're trying to go for something that's complete opposite of what you're telling yourself you want of the guy friends in your life, the female friends in your life, but it won't work because you're not ready to receive that type of person. If you got a whole bunch of, like I said, sexy red female friends, and now you're trying to go after this Claire Huxtable type, no. And for the ladies, you got a whole bunch of young thug type guy friends, and then you're trying to go off of after this Cliff Huxtable type. It won't work. The energy will be off, and you won't really even know how to receive that person. And you can't force the universe. You can't force your way into these little areas. Again, whatever you're going through, in order for you to actually open up new avenues, you got to go back to you because you're the answer. Whatever you trying to navigate to and really put yourself in that different place, you have to go back to the mirror and get your own answer. You have to do what they call shadow work. That's all internal. Research yourself. What's the best way to research yourself? Mom and dad. They're your own human encyclopedias about what they've done to raise you and how it shaped you, good or bad. And then go from there. Look at your brothers and sisters and see the similarities and how being raised under the same roof, uh, how did it affect them, how it affects you, because your parents will raise two kids and then one is walking the straight and narrow, they got themselves together, and then you got this other one who they always worry about. Same type of parental guidance, but this other child, for whatever reason, is just always out of order. And they take that into adulthood. And so once they both become adults and you're trying to figure out, well, how did this work for me and it didn't work for my brother or my sister, and what they actually took from their parents raising them, that all can go back into you trying to find the answer you're looking for inside of you, so you can maybe move a little bit differently. Like swap out the people, the friends that you feel that you shouldn't be around. You're still around because the energy still is pulling you there, but you're still just trying to question certain things. Looking at the people on your cell phone, okay, is after my energy changes, do I end up deleting those contacts, and then it'll make room for new contacts because it's the new you. But sometimes in order to get to these type of spots, you have to go through it. Going through it could be worse for some, not as bad for others, but it's almost like an awakening and, a rebirth. You have to go through it in order for you to really be able to look at things from a different perspective. You may have some people who have never gone through anything, and that's fine. Now, I don't know how much those people have necessarily have grown internally and, mentally and spiritually, since they haven't necessarily been tested, if you let them tell it. And you get your test through the people you attract. All lessons. So what are you learning from them in terms of what to do? And also sometimes people are there to show you what not to do when you're trying to figure out, well, why am I around this person? They tend to operate this way, but it's something else there to where you just feeling like it's something also called duality, where you got certain people who so opposite, but then they also so similar. And so that's a whole nother lesson to keep in mind, duality, when you're going through it. When you see this other person and they went completely different path than you did, and they're not, in jail or anything like that. They're surviving, but uh, maybe they come off as more carefree, or they just not trying to achieve something higher, but you all still keep each other around. So duality is something that, you know, kind of better explains that, and just coexisting with that individual and the lesson you can learn from them. So yeah, that's all something to keep in mind, whatever you're going through right now. If the problem is you, remember the answer is you as well. It's always you. And once you understand that, you'll make it through. Like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you're going through in the comments. And until the next one, I'm out.